Please give a warm welcome to Angela Derecas Taylor.
So I got the call last summer, July 15th. My dad had woken at 6 in the morning to find Patty unconscious. He called 911. I flew down to Florida the next day and spent the next 6 days at my father's side, at Patty's hospital bedside, listening to my dad's mantra over the sound of the ventilator. Patty Cake, wake up. Please, Patty, open your eyes. Open your eyes, Patty. She never did. At 75 years old, the wife of my father for 54 years had died suddenly, leaving my 92-year-old dad alone. And that's how I became my father's caretaker. Now, I never lived with my father. My parents split up when I was an infant. Right after I was born, my mother changed the locks and kicked him out. But my dad was very present in my life. He had visitation. I saw him all the time. And when I was 5 years old, he moved into a one-bedroom apartment right around the corner from where I lived with my mom. To be closer to you, he said. But almost immediately, Patty Cake moved in. Patty was a skinny, blonde babe who at 20 years old was closer in age to me than my 37-year-old father. I was very disappointed that there wasn't a second bedroom for me. There's a pull-out sofa, Dad said. I know what's going on over there, my mother said, and it's not playing Patty Cake. They lived together in sin for 10 years until she gave him an ultimatum. And when I was 15, they were married on 7/7/77. The first thing my father said after Patty died was, "What's going to happen to me?" It was a sobering question. Nobody was prepared for this. She was not supposed to go first. "Don't you put me in a home, daughter." My father lost his mother tragically when he was 5 years old. So my father grew up in an orphanage, in a place he called the home. He would definitely not go willingly into senior housing. But I couldn't leave my 92-year-old dad, suffering from dementia, alone in the Florida condo. I really had no choice but to bring him back up to New York. It was a grueling 3-day journey up I-95. My husband drove, my dad sat in the front passenger seat, and I sat in the back, mediating the radio and air conditioning wars. I actually came up with a new word on this trip, pneumonia. It's what my father caught from the air conditioning blowing on his legs for 10 hours straight. The first night we stopped at a hotel on I-95, and my dad was furious with me. "Why didn't you get a resort with a restaurant? Patty always booked a suite, and we'd have room service." I took the bait. "We're not on vacation, Dad. We're in the middle of a pandemic on I-95, driving you and Patty's ashes back home to New York." "Patty? Where's Patty? Didn't we leave Patty in Florida?" "No, Dad. Patty's in the trunk." The next night, my husband got in trouble because he had the nerve to stop at a Bob Evans for dinner. "How dare you stop at a restaurant that doesn't serve liquor?" The waitress was very nice as we were heading with our heads down to the exit. "That's okay. I don't blame y'all for leaving. I wish I could have a beer myself." On the third day, we pulled up to my house. We were all exhausted and emotionally drained, but it was good to be home. And I expected my dad to be grateful that we had taken him in. Silly me. "What is this? This is my bedroom? Half of my son-in-law's office? This is unacceptable. Very disappointing. Take me to a hotel." Well, I thought it was a better option than a pull-out sofa in the living room. It was the best we could offer. We live in my 83-year-old mother-in-law's home. We live upstairs. She lives downstairs. So my life was now becoming a television sitcom, The King of Queens. But instead of the crazy father living in the basement, no, now he was our roommate, plopped right on the sofa, barking out orders. Get me a beer. Are you gonna make me dinner? I don't have clean underwear. I tried to get a home health aide to come and spend time with him. I don't need a babysitter, and someone should tell that woman to get her teeth fixed. So Dad had become the alpha male in our home, the self-proclaimed king of the remote. Oh, and my husband was perfectly fine with all of this, by the way. I made a secret arrangement with my mother-in-law downstairs. I asked her to come upstairs and spend a few hours a day with him to keep him company while I was at work. But he thought she had the hots for him. I don't mind taking her to breakfast once in a while, but she comes up every day. You gotta tell her I'm not interested. Then there was the whole sharing one bathroom with a 92-year-old man. Ew. And then there were the constant outbursts, very, very sad, very depressing. Patty, Patty, what did you do to me? You left me alone. I'm alone. I got nobody. We were chopped liver. You don't know what it's like. You don't know what it's like to lose your partner. You don't know what it's like to be alone. I did know what it was like to be alone, and it was really taking its toll on me. So much, all-consuming, dealing with this. Years of therapy out the door. All this childhood shit was coming up, right? I was so disappointed. I was just so upset at many, many decades of being the third wheel in my father and Patty's, beautiful relationship. I mean, for 54 years, the two of them had this great time together, and now he was my responsibility. Yeah, I knew what it was to be alone. I was that little girl pining for my daddy while he was around the corner with patty cake. Something had to give. I stopped doing everything for myself. I gained 15 pounds in 4 months. I started to feel physically sick. Do you know that 30% of caretakers die before the elderly person they're caring for? And if the caretaker is 75 or older, that statistic jumps from 30% to 70%. That is not an exaggeration. That is fact, and poor Patty proves that. I did not want to become a statistic. I had to get my dad into assisted living. The Atria in Riverdale is lovely. It's got wood paneling in the lobby, and a movie theater, and a fireplace, and a baby grand piano. We strategically moved Dad in on a Sunday afternoon in December when there was a jazz concert in the lobby. It's not a nursing home, Dad. It's resort living for seniors. You've got the concierge at the front desk. You have a beautiful one-bedroom suite with a great view. You've got 3 meals a day in the on-site restaurant. You've got housekeeping. You've got laundry service. He went willingly, but in the beginning, it wasn't easy. I'm alone. Nobody visits me. Nobody calls me. Nobody comes to see me. Dad, I was there yesterday, and I'm coming tomorrow. But you have to get out of your apartment. You have to go downstairs. You have to try some activities. You have to make some new friends. The next day I went to visit him, and he was wearing his sunglasses in the apartment. He took his sunglasses off to reveal a black eye and a gash on the right side of his brow. I went for a walk. This walk that he went for was to buy a bottle of cognac. He found the liquor store, but on his way back, he got lost. I got lost. I fell down. I'm alone. Nobody's with me. Nobody looks after me. Nobody takes care of me. I was like, Dad, come on, what the fuck? Don't scold me, daughter. I'm not a child. No, Dad, raising 2 children was easier. Children I could control. He grinned at me. I looked around the apartment. I was like, so where's the cognac? Don't worry, I'm not going to take it away. I hid it under the sink. Good thing the bottle didn't break when I fell. Oh, good thing. You broke your glasses and you broke your face, but God forbid the bottle of cognac should break. I'm sorry I'm such a burden, daughter. You're not a burden, Dad. I lied. Let's clean up that eye. was 5 months ago. I've since been able to get back to the gym, and Dad's doing better. He's made some friends. He likes the activities, especially the bingo and the once-a-month trip to Empire City Casino. I see him, I call him every day, and I see him quite often, but he doesn't remember. I'm alone. Nobody comes to see me. I miss Patty. I miss Patty so much. I know, Dad. We all miss Patty. It really sucks what happened. You're a good daughter. You got me a nice hotel. I really like it here. It's a good place. But you never come to see me. Nobody comes to see me. I was there yesterday, Dad, and I'll see you tomorrow. But first, I'm going to the gym.